Hi buddies, I am the tournament host YY. I regret to inform you that I am no longer affiliated with the Helping Hands server, and that the Elden Ring PvP and PlayStation Elden Ring PvP servers have each parted ways with Helping Hands. After uploading all the May tournament videos, I will not be uploading any additional videos to this YouTube channel. If you wish to support my future tournaments or other fun events, please feel free to join my new server.
Alright, looks like we've got Sentinel in the left corner on Power Stance Nobles, and out with the Glintstone Scraps from Landersey on that two-handed thrusting sword. Grease is legal on that rule set, so you see he's got that lightning grease on that two-handed thrusting sword. Out comes the Stormblade from Sentinel here. Gonna try and catch Landersey there. Counter hit and wow, into a lot of R1s from that two-handed thrusting sword. Sentinel is backed up into a corner here, but he is able to escape that pressure from those power stance straight swords. And out comes the running R2, hitting for 330. Backswing is landing, not for a whole lot of damage though. That was only for 424. I guess that's just full goats putting in work against standard and lightning. Spinning slash comes out but does not land. Out comes the phalanx on that two-handed thrusting sword, and he's backstepping towards his enemy. That phalanx lands and he starts mashing in that corner.
Holy.
Sentinel's got his tier popped. He's definitely down pretty low here. Landersey also having his tier pop, but he's got a pretty big health advantage right now as Sentinel tries to create some space, hitting for 400. But a running R2 does finish him off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good start.
Damn. I will lose
Good
so
well.
bad.
That goes to Landersey.
Oh, really? Sorry.
Yeah, that would probably be Sentinel.
I will give this sword to them later.
Okay, we see the swap to Power Stance Spears from Landersey here. I believe these are one of the longest spears that are allowed on the rule set, just because a lot of the longer somber ones are banned. At the very least, this is either the longest or the second longest non-somber spears that are allowed. Wave dashing with the spears towards Sentinel here. Blending isn't quite enough to make those spears unreactable, but it's definitely enough to make him scary. Counter hitting for a lot of damage here and finishes him off for that last 14 health. It's going to be up 2-0 for Landersey.
Holy.
Yeah, good fight.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Let's go. Good luck.
Alright, both of our players are getting physicked up. Once again, Landersey starting with those... Is that technically Cuckoo Glintstone? Whichever Glintstone scraps it is. Right away, out come the Power Stance Spears. They're running L1s, hitting for upwards of 450. Stormblade does land, but Sentinel is still in a little bit of trouble here. But he is able to land a little bit of that Power Stance Straight Sword's L1 chain, try and create some space, get Landersey off of him. He's actually, wow, Landersey is eating a lot of keep out right now. Gonna have to do a little bit better of rolling if he wants to actually survive to the end of this match. Again, walking into a half hit, but they do trade, and that's definitely a winning trade for Landersey here. It's a question of, does he actually have the health to take those trades? And no, he definitely doesn't. Although he's landing a little bit more damage of his own here. Sentinel's got a pretty big health advantage right now with that bubble tier. Jumping L1 comes out from Sentinel, half hits. See a nice little reset to neutral. I'll come with a couple Storm Blades, both players just waiting, trying to feel each other out. Out comes a jump L1 from Sentinel. Two of them, they both go unpunished. Out comes the rolling L1, the follow-up L1 to finish off Landersey.
They bring you back. That's so cool. Good job. Keep
Maybe you'll see
going.
comeback. Good fight. Yeah.
Round 4. Let's go.
Alright, Landersey with the signature finish, or signature opener. Sentinel tries to punish that with the Storm Blade, but is not able to land. Little half hit through the Ritual Shield there for less than 150, and then a couple of big L1s for almost 900 damage. The running L1, the L1, keeping priority there against that Power Stance Straight Sword's mash. Just like that, Sentinel's already down. He's had his bubble tier popped. He's very nearly in Blue Feather range. Now he's definitely very comfortably in that Blue Feather Bandsword range. As Landersey makes the swap to Star Fists. Looks like he's making the swap back to two-handed thrusting sword for the finisher, and that's going to be a 3-1 win for Landersey.
Nice.
That's so dumb.
Good fight, good players.
Good fight.
Yeah, good start.
Okay, let's go. Good luck.
Alright, Bolt is down, both of our players getting physicked up. We've got Flare on the two-handed sight and Smokeking on the Power Stance Kivas. He's going for these rolling L1s, trying to keep Flare off of him. Hopefully Flare's not going to try and trade with that notch L1. That's a tier 2 stun move. Scythe is not going to tank that. Buffing up his Scythe with the lead boost. So he's definitely going to be on either a strength or a dex stroke here. It's not an arcane build. He chases Smokeking to both ends of the arena, hitting for only 193 damage. That is not a whole lot. Obviously, he's hitting it for a ritual shield there.
Judging from
Oh yeah. Out comes the craziest noise to try to listen to this battle action. Nope, back on the jump on one lands for 500 damage.
Flare is on the second, right?
Yes, Flare is on the side. Yeah, he's at a pretty big HP lead. Smokeking does not have HP anymore. Well, just like that, Flare is going to have his popped, and he eats another 530 damage from that crouch L1. And out comes the ability to try and finish off Smokeking.
Smoking is poison too.
Yeah, he is definitely in the spot where he's got to finish Flare and try to back off.
Oh, and finish him. Oh no. That's just like
Yeah, it's
Wow! Good job! Wow!
Oh, nice.
Wow! GG's!
Flat too.
So, should we reset the match or give 1 point to Smoking? I see Smoking killed Flare first, but they also
Yeah, I
died
think so.
like few seconds later. Jack, what do you think?
Traditionally, that would be a reset. That's why usually if you see somebody get like a poison or rat kill while they're very low, they will get like a bolus off, just to prove that they could have survived. If they don't bolus and they die, it's a reset.
Round 2, let's go! I can't hear Jack's voice, strange.
It's hard to tell what's going on the stream, just it's very laggy.
you could maybe lower the resolution and frame rate of the stream. I think it would be better.
It's already all the way down at 720p.
Okay.
I mean, it's just dual streaming, so it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, it is what it is. Out comes the sword dance from Smokeking. Does get punished.
Ooh,
Yeah,
another
Flare is doing a really good job at like punishing these sword dances super consistently.
Where is Smoking from? What region is
They're
Smoking
both
from?
from Asia.
Okay, that starts to make sense because I was wondering how they're managing to get those punishes so well in last. They're not in last, that makes sense.
A handful of Sidecar ones come out there for a lot of damage, but so do the PS Cats.
I think Flare is definitely doing a good job. Taking
The roll catch with the poisonous miss gets a poison cock on Smokeking and is able to punish the bolus. Man, Smokeking is down incredibly low here as you can be trying to roll that whip. Out comes the great bow.
Wow! GG!
Good fight.
Good fight!
There, we got both of our players getting physicked up. Smokeking buffing that Kiva up with that lightning grease. Out comes the jump L1 immediately. A second jump L1. He is not patient here. The rolling L1 does catch Flare for upwards of 500 damage. Flare tries to respond with a running R1 of his own, but doesn't land it. Smokeking gets off a poison bolus. I'm not 100% sure that's the bonus he meant to be going for. Flare makes the swap to the Veteran's Prosthesis. They are the longest fists, and they do a lot of damage. Maybe not as much as high fate Sacripatos, but they are still a lot of damage, and they are going to be hitting for more on a counter hit. He's trying to go in for these running R1s, and Smokeking is trying to punish, but the recovery is just way too low. Out comes that running R2 and the R2 combo for upwards of 800 damage. That is going to be a lot. Half hit for 223. Out comes the Dragon Halberd, the strength weapon of the deck.
Wow.
Although it does look like Smokeking has enough poise to not get full comboed by that L2.
I think Smokeking could definitely benefit from using a little bit more CR1s here.
Yeah, he's going for too many CL1s, but not using any CR1s to condition. Out comes the Sword Dance, is not going to land.
Where is this left and right?
Wow.
Oh,
GG.
wow. The third Sword
Nice.
Dance in a row.
Nice.
Very nice.
Sword Dance in a row.
Good fight.
Yes.
GG.
Sword Dance and Kibas is just fine. Sword Dance and Kibas is perfectly balanced.
Alright, we see Flare make the swap to the Godskin Peeler. That is definitely one of the Twin Blades of all time. It's got a different running R1. Yeah, it's got a different running R2.
Oh, it's a Frost
and
one.
it's a cold Godskin Peeler.
I think will he swap now that he has proc this status, or will he stick to it?
I don't know, we'll see if he, swaps to... Oh, yep, it definitely does look like he swapped to probably the Keen one, I'm guessing. Just because that is,
There's some magic.
that's a build that he's on. He's still on full.
Oh, this
Oh, maybe... I think he's just swapping to one hand so he can do his Urumi attacks. And, Flare definitely, Smokeking definitely does not have 109 cores, so he's not going to be able to phase through that win. Definitely panic rolling the hell out of that Urumi, but is able to respond with a half hit. Out comes the Dragon Halberd from Flare here. Just swapping back and forth. Manages to land just a little bit of hit. And then the full running R2 there. And the R1 mash to finish him off. There's going to be
That
2
change
for
strategy works.
I think if Smoke wants to win this, he definitely needs to panic roll a bit less and use the crouch R1 to condition Flare a bit more.
It's definitely, if you've never fought it before, trying to dodge the running R2 of that Godskin Peeler is very awkward.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the poise values of the Peeler is, do you know, Jack?
I don't. Off the top of my head, no. Bolt comes down, both of our players are going to get physicked up. Out comes the Chilling Mist on what I am guessing is still a cold Godskin Peeler. Right away with the Jump L1 from Smokeking, a second Jump L1 comes out. There is the first Sword Dance and the follow-up. We'll see if he chooses to go for more Sword Dances. A couple of hits from the neutral L1 chain come out. Does get punished for 367. Out comes another Sword Dance. Seems to be a big fan of these running L1s. He, for whatever reason, does not really seem to be using most of the, main hand katana moves, which in a lot of these situations are going to be better than the power stance moveset. Like, that's definitely a much better running attack than your power stance R1. But he is landing a few of these crouched R1s. Flare tries to get some damage off with that Twin Blade. Out comes
Oh.
Great Bow. Lands for upwards of 400. Does get punished for it though. As he gets backed into a corner. He's in his menu right now trying to swap. And just like that, Smokeking is at a very, very big health advantage. Still having his tier. Coming in with these Ooh, the sword dance does manage to catch. The follow-up does not land. He goes in with the second one.
What makes a swap to
That is a nice greatsword, yeah. Definitely a very interesting swap at this HP threshold where he does not have the hyper armor to, or sorry, he doesn't have the health to be taking hyper armor trades. Out comes the sleep pot. And he does actually get the sleep proc, and he's able to land about 900 damage off of it, but we'll see if he's actually able to close this out.
He managed to definitely slim down the HP.
Out comes the golden
Oh!
and the reaction catch.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
GG.
Oh,
Again with Devo.
That is, it's a 3-0, or sorry, 3-1 for Flare.
Yes.
Good fight.
yeah.
So we're gonna see a decent control that match here.
Alright, sick. Is that a, that is a Zweihander coming out from Ertz. We'll see what Atlas is able to do in response to that hyper armor. We'll see if he's able to reaction roll that next. Out comes the second R2. Interesting.
Oh, Gugs is definitely going to be very hard to play into power stance katanas just because of the fast whiff punishes. Gugs being fully reactive.
Yeah. Although we do see Ertz making the swap to the Knight's Greatsword, eating a sword dance there for almost 600 damage. Atlas is gonna get... Yeah, Ego Space just a little bit. It's about 240 damage. Manages to land 540 though. And rolling on.
I know that Naz Gracer has a couple of interesting true combos that could catch someone unprepared as well, but I'm not sure that it is such big HP Atlas will use.
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, Ertz is getting a lot of damage off. Atlas has got to not run into those R2s if he wants to make it out of here. Manages to land the jumping R1, and just like that, Ertz is down very, very low. But Atlas does not have a ton of health himself. He's have to avoid those true combos.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Good fight.
Finishing move.
Yeah.
GG.
And Atlas failing to leave the arena.
Alright, we're gonna see both our players getting their physics off unpunished right away. Out come the R1s from Ertz with that nice greatsword. Gonna be trying to land that running R1. Gonna follow up with the second R1. Really trying to fish for these true combos here.
Atlas is just pressuring him into the corner as best as he can right now, but it can be hard to pressure high.
Oh yeah, Knight's Greatsword especially. You can just like kind of throw out their whole R1 chain.
Interesting choice of Asher Ward there. I forgot what that called.
Yeah, out comes, yep, the Eruption. Isn't able to land on Atlas. It is a very slow move. It's going to take a very, very hard lead to manage to land that on a player like Atlas. Out comes the Sword Dance. Does not land, but does go unpunished. Going for the running R2, trying to catch instant spacing lacking.
It's a little bit of keep out there.
Yeah, Ertz is throwing out these R2s, really fishing for these true combos.
I think if Ertz is rolling pretty well here, especially considering you slow that, he can double roll everything. He's doing a good job double rolling.
Atlas is trying to find ways to close distance. See a little bit of a trade there. Both of our players still have their bubble tiers. I don't think, unless Atlas has got a pocket empty, they've got much of a way of skipping it. Although just like that, Ertz just had his tier popped and he's down very, very low now.
I'm pretty sure Atlas has a katana with every possible weapon.
Oh, yeah.
GG.
Yeah, I've seen his inventory. It's
Yeah.
like 30 Nagakibas.
Good fight.
Now, are we going to see a reverse sweep from Ertz?
We're gonna have to wait and see. Still fishing for those true combos with that jumping R1. Takes a very unfavorable trade. I think that was nearly 550 to 220.
Here comes a whiff punish with that crouch deck. Very nice and
And crouch R1 landing for about 260. Ertz makes the swap to his Y-hander. We'll see if the Uggs Vortex is real in 2024 here. Oh, the impaling thrust on, is that a Godskin Stitcher? I can't tell what that is.
And now he's on a
Beastman's, yeah. Oh no, that's the Zamor Kirk sword. And a katana of his own, man, he is swapping. Oh, and the unsheathed hatches.
GG. Good fight.
Congratulations, Atlas, on winning.
Yeah, that is going to be a 3-0 win for
Yeah, you did well, Ertz.
Yeah, you tried your
Atlas is
best.
a good thing.
Good luck.
Alright, awesome. We've got a full goat's Starfist here. I'm assuming the name Starfist is Ace. That's a very Ace name. And man, gavril is getting a lot of damage off in that match. Just like that, Ace is going to be down below half of his health, and his bleed bar has got to be pretty full at this point. Although he lands a nice, that follow-up R2 on gavril. Ooh, but gavril is going to land a lot of damage of his own. Ace R2ing for nearly 500 damage, upwards of 480. He's definitely got the potential to respond here, but gavril's got him down very, very low, and low health against Starfists is not somewhere you want to be. Ace absolutely on his last legs here. Maybe we saw a little accidental red feather swap there, but it looks like he remembered that it is banned on this rule set and is swapped off and is finished off by gavril.
Unfortunate. Nice. Good job. Round 2. Good luck.
Alright, we're going to see both of the players spin up butt with that lightning grease. And just like that, Ace takes a very favorable trade, an R2 versus a half hit. And just like that, we're seeing a reverse of that first match here, where right out of the gate, Ace has got gavril at less than half of his health. That's just how much crazy damage Starfist can put out, even when your opponent is in full goat's best strike absorption in the game. We've seen so many R2s come out from Ace here, just trying to catch gavril off guard. Ace is definitely at a huge HP advantage, and he's still got his tier. Ooh! Manages to punish the roll-in from the Flame of the Red Man with an R2, bringing gavril down even lower. Gets the Godskin Swaddling Cloth proc,
GG.
bringing his HP up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good fight.
I think I missed it out. What should I do? I think I changed it wrong. Round 3. Good luck.
Yet another mirror. Although actually, that looks like holy grease. That is not lightning grease. I wonder what's going on there. Playing with the red mains lands on gavril there. Just like in the last match, we've got Ace at a pretty big HP advantage early on. I assume he's going for the Holy Grease because Full Goats actually has very, very good lightning absorption. We're seeing Ace trying a big aggression out from gavril and is going to punish it with that big Star-Fist R2. Although he's doing less with the Holy Grease than he was with the Lightning Grease. Looks like the lower defenses on Lightning are just enough to offset the better absorption that Full Goat has for Lightning. We see both of their players have lost their tiers. We're both going to be playing very, very carefully. Ace turning away his R2s to make it a little bit harder to punish him. Although an R2 is going to land on gavril there, and just like that, he's down very, very low. Running R1 half hit lands for 185. Gavril gets onto the Blue Feather Grandsword. Ooh, and another half hit brings Ace down into Blue Feather range, but Ace is able to win the match. Finish off gavril. Brings it up to a 2-1 for Ace.
Good luck.
Alright, yet again with this mirror matchup, a little bit of damage back and forth, about 350. But not a whole lot of going either way from that reaction. Out comes the Flame of the Red Mains, gets punished by an R2 for upwards of 480 damage. Both of our players just kind of circling each other. Gavril is going to get a lot of pressure off on Ace and a lot of damage as well. Out comes the running R2 from Ace. That's not a move that you see a whole lot on Starfists. Gavril is going to try and punish that Flame with the Red Mains, but Ace is able to escape. Goes for that jumping R1, is not able to land it. Throws out an R2, not able to land it. Gets punished a little bit. I do believe gavril has got a pretty sizable lead here. That both of our players are going to be playing very carefully. They're both aware of how well they can be punished by their opponents if they throw out too many of these running R1s. Yeah, gavril is definitely going to be at a pretty healthy lead here. Although both of our players do still have their bubble tier, so this could absolutely go both ways. And Ace is slowly going to be chipping gavril down little by little with these half hits. He hasn't been able to land quite as many R2s as he has in the last few rounds. But he's still definitely in a position where he can finish this off. That was a big R2 for Ace there, but he does have his Crimson bubble tier popped. Ooh, he's down very, very low now. Panic rolling that Starfist, and out come the Crystal Darts. But man, they are absolutely tickling Ace. He is not taking a whole lot of damage from him, but he is finished off for that last 13 hours when the Starfist running R1.
None is 2-2-2.
It is 2-2, it's match point.
Yeah, very close match.
Good luck.
Alright, same deal as the last 4 rounds. We'll have them both starting off by buffing themselves up with this grease. see gavril take a winning trade at the start there. And man, he is landing a lot of damage with that mash on Ace. Hits the Phantom lead prop. Just like that, Ace has had his bubble popped and he's down incredibly low. On basically no health at all. We'll see what his options are going to be for finishing this out.
Oh, that's
But just like that, he is finished off.
Well,
Yeah, that was very fast.
yeah.
Good fight.
But both players, great.
Yeah.
Good luck. Not
Good luck.
too bad. Not too bad.
Alright, we're gonna have both
Oh,
our players
oh,
getting
oh,
physicked
buddy.
up, buffed up with the lightning grease. Right away with the running R1s from Clean WQ. And we're gonna see a little bit of damage back and forth with these running R1s. And right away, big R2 coming out from Bron here. Well, definitely a little bit of a test of patience here. Man, another huge R1. Landing for a lot of damage on Clean W here. Out comes the Flame of the Red Nose. And man, just like that, Bron is basically back in full health. Clean W is at less than half of his, down to his last 400 or 500 health, and is finished off. Heavy R2 for 351.
Yeah,
GG.
fast round.
Why is Ace? That's so weird. Why? I don't understand. Why it's always display the wrong player name?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
It happens always.
Alright, we're gonna see both our players get their physics off unpunished here. A perfect 1-to-1 hero match, save for maybe a couple of stats. And man, a lot of damage coming out from Bron here. Clean W just ate a lot of mash and an R2. Definitely not going to be good for him. And he's definitely not going to want to take these trades since he's just at such a big health disadvantage. Although he is able to respond with an R2 of his own, a second R2 of his own, so we'll see if he's able to make this comeback against Bron here. Although Clean W is currently missing his double Q, so we are going to see a pretty significant health advantage on the side of Bron, and he's able to finish him
Oh,
off.
nice.
That R1 match. That's 2-0 for BronDaGoat here.
Round 3. Let's go. Good luck.
Alright, we've got both players ready to up. That was a little bit of damage from, I think that was a throwing knife from Bron there. He was just trying to pop Clean W's ritual healing powers and then force him off and get him onto something else. Bron was able to get a lot of damage off with that mash, but that R2 was definitely evening the scores a little bit. Of course, just like that, Bron lands an R2 of his own, and he is back in a very comfy lead. You see a nice little reset to neutral. Then goes a running R1, does get punished, being whiff punished by Clean W there. Bron is going to try and back Clean up into the corner, try and capitalize on that pressure, but he is able to back off. Out comes the Hoarfrost Stomp from Clean W. Interesting choice of an Ash of War at his HP threshold. It's a very, very good finisher for a low HP player, but it is not the best against a player with a lot of health, and Bron definitely has a pretty big health lead right now, and is able to finish off Clean W with that
Good fight.
beast roar
Yeah, good.
and the respectful bow.
Yeah.
Both
Well done, Clean.
behaves well this time. No point down. Good boy.
Yeah. We have the floating Bron.
This is so funny.
Box.
Alright, up next we have got Bean and Moloch.
This is so funny.
He looks like he's offline. 100%.
Good luck.
Okay, good luck.
Alright, we're gonna see Bean on Kibo's, Moloch on Sacred Blade Shamshir. Or actually, this looks like Kiba off dag. Very interesting setup here. Wait, is that? That is... It's a little bit hard to tell just because this screen is lagging. Just trying to figure out what is in Bean's offhand here. A Misericord maybe? Yeah, definitely looks like it.
Yeah, I see skipping as well.
That was a frame drop.
Like,
Or at least like it looked consistent
is that my
with
fault?
frame drops. You see a little bit of damage back and forth. Moloch did make the switch to Power Stance Straight Swords, one coated, one and now makes the switch to believe that is Noble's S-Stock, probably also with Sacred Blade.
Wow.
Out comes the Unsheath from Bean. The invisible shit should only be visible to us. It is probably fine for Bean.
That's so weird. What happened? Why?
This just happens. Out comes the Piercing Fang. Somebody's been listening to Yas. Bean is going to be trying to finish him off with these crouching R1s. Definitely not the easiest move to punish, but see if Moloch is able to do it. Ooh, huge R2 landing on Bean, bringing him way down into his blue feather range. He's definitely very, very low now. And at that low health against Starfist,
this is so fun.
really, really disadvantageous state for Bean here. See Bean make the swap to Power Stance Kibas, maybe trying to get some high damage out of these Power Stance attacks. Out comes the Piercing Fang again, does not land this time. We see Moloch trying to make the swap back to that Sacred Blade Shamshir, eating a little bit of damage for it, but not a whole lot. Bean is still definitely at a pretty big disadvantage here. Ooh, the jump L1 lands, and Bean is actually able to finish him off,
GG.
bringing it up 1-0.
Goodbye. Round 2. Let's go.
Alright, out comes the Thunderbolt, landing for a little bit of damage on Bean. The Faith Thunderbolt, you'll love to see it. So Moloch swapping to Shamshir, Bean swapping to Power Stance Nobles. Gonna be very interesting here. Are those handy tech nobles? It's a little bit hard to tell on the Discord stream here. Yeah, he is definitely going to be handy tech and trying to cut that recovery down, make it a little bit harder to punish himself. Goes for the backswing, but does get punished for it, but that only 250 damage. I think that was a health. Moloch goes for another Piercing Fang. Not able to land it. See Bean coming in with these L1s. Running R2 is not able to land. See a little bit of panic roll from Bean come out before he is able to regain that composure. Manages to pop Molock's tier, and he's down very low as Bean throws out his entire L1 chain. And he's going to be looking for ways to finish Molock off now. We'll see what options he's got. Out come the lightning pots. Little 2v2 carry over. Yeah, no, I think 2v2s have definitely like turned more people on to some more consumables. We'll see if we see more pods get used in the 1v1s to try and punish some of the longer recoveries.
Oh, GG's! Good
And
fight!
just like that, able to finish it off, bring it up to 2-0.
Very good fight. Exciting match.
Yeah, both very good players.
I agree with what the person. I also think that the playstyle of Bean is a little bit similar to Force Team.
Yeah.
Round 3, let's go!
Alright, we've got Bean at what could be match point for him against Molock. See a little bit of panic rolling come out, but he is able to avoid all the damage from that two-handed thrusting sword. Releasing quite a lot of neutral here. Bean goes for the roll-in L1, but does get punished for it. That's definitely not a favorable trade for Bean here. Jumping L1 lands on the side of Bean. He's definitely at a very, very comfy lead, and Molock is extremely low health.
Oh, so close! Wow.
But just like that, I think the Godskin Swallowing Cloth was really able to save Molock there.
Oh.
Out comes the Piercing Fang, lands on Bean. Bean is really on death's door right now.
Good fight!
And just like that, Molock make a comeback.
Nice.
Nice.
Well played, Molock.
It definitely was going to Bean there. Bean had that match in the bag and sold that bag. See a little bit of damage going back and forth with those little consumables. Bean is going to be able to land a half hit for a little bit over 200. R2 comes out from there. I've never been a big fan of that move. Kind of curious what the thought process is behind it. Man, that is a lot of damage coming out from Bean there, upwards of 850. Venus able
Goodbye.
to close it out, taking a 3-1 victory over Molock.
Yeah,
Good job. Goodbye.
that was a fun match.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so finally we have some humanitarian arenas here, you know,
Let's
a little
go.
bit later. And we're starting the fight, so I think we have Noot on the left actually, but I'm not sure. That looks like Noot's fashion on the left with the spear. And we have Fizz on the side of God. And hold on, let me just let Flare know that he doesn't need to go. Okay, so Fizz versus Spears, I think that's a Fizz favorable matchup. Just because Fizz can honestly even win trades sometimes with R2, and they can just roll in and whip Spears quite well, I think. Now, it's a little bit hard to tell. It's not Noot because of the screen lag, but it seems that Noot is winning. He's using that Beast Roar, which is an interesting choice. I don't think it's a very good actor if he's using them on strength. He could be using them on Lightning or Key. I haven't seen him use Flame yet like that. Or we can see running the one land, and Noot really just trying to pressure GodGoat into the corner here. Noot still has this that could change. And yep, here it is, it's off. And Noot has to be careful because one stray R2 could completely change. And very close. GodGoat is almost dead. He still has an HP advantage, but again, this will do so much damage.
Oh, GG.
GodGoat loses. I think it was a dagger, I can't really tell, to be honest. And the match begins. Instantly the Physic gets punished with a Beast Roar. And Noot manages to drink his Physic without getting punished. GodGoat swaps armor to full line off. We see... I actually see nothing right now. Okay, it looks like Noot has landed quite a few running attacks, and GodGoat is at a considerable HP disadvantage here. And he tries to go for the Beast Roar, which is a little bit of chip damage, but not a lot. I think Noot is doing a lot of these running on one shape ones. I think if he would start to use a little bit more damage on one, it would go a bit better. He eats a bit more damage. I think he still has the HP advantage with it. His daggers get punished a little bit there. Chat, not gonna lie, I have no clue what the fuck is happening here. I cannot see anything. The stream delay is horrible. I think it would be better if chat would tell me what's happening at this point.
You want to draw my reel? I think it's okay if you draw my reel. The camera can still detect the players.
That sounds like it worked a lot better with the better reel.
Oh, now it's 1-1, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
GodGoat managed to beat him.
Or 2. Alright, let's go. Round 3.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so again we're getting Physic up. no punishes this time around. Now, Noot's trying to get some chip onto those daggers. Oh, nice punish with the standing L1. Noot takes a little bit of damage, but not too much. And oh, GodGoat manages to land a full running R1. Noot just continues to pressure the daggers. Now, daggers actually can work surprisingly well against poised opponents that can tank half hits. Because if you can get enough chip damage with the throwing daggers, your half hits will be able to stun, and it'll be harder to strafe the attacks. Noot tries to throw out another beast roar. Doesn't really land though. I don't know why you would do that. Stop spamming. Okay. See, Noot continues trying to pressure him. He gets some farming healing. Yes, he did. Oh, but he's getting pressured quite a bit with those fists. But unfortunately, the panic roll does get punished, and he eats a running L1. Now, Noot has to be really careful here. And I think he needs to start rolling those running attacks, because if he doesn't, the fist will just melt his HP bar in just a few seconds. It can go from 1000 HP to 0. He's just trying to use it. Manages to punish the running R1. It looks like GodGoat might have been out of stamina there. He boluses the bleed. Both of our players have their tears. And they're very close here, but GodGoat does have the HP advantage. Not anymore, he doesn't. And unfortunately, he fails the match with the Power Stance Spears.
Good fight. Good fight.
Good job for Noot there. But I think GodGoat is definitely doing a better job. And why did Noot leave? Did he already get 3 wins? Oh, nice, he did. Good job for Noot. GodGoat, you did well. I think you played better as the rounds progressed. I think it would definitely help you to panic roll the spears less.
They entered the 3rd round.
So we see Flare on that Godskin healer once again, while Landersey is on two-handed S-Dog. Oh, let's see how this plays out. Oh, I think Flare made a swap to... It's hard to see from here, but it looks like a Caestus. Maybe a Spike Caestus. A magic-infused Caestus. Caestus definitely can beat two-handed S-Dog. I think fists have a decently good matchup into two-handed customs. But you gotta keep in mind that Caestus does less damage. And he tries to go for a stomp, but unfortunately it does get punished with a running or two. What Flare retaliates is punishing the bolus. It seems that Flare really wants to prog that frost, and I think his fists are probably also frost infused. Judging from the fact that he's really trying to get that proc. We see some neutral gameplay here, really just baiting out attacks from each other, trying to get a whiff punish. Landersey is on the offensive here, I would say, definitely. He's doing a really good job at pressuring Flare here, and just not giving him too much space. Ooh, Flare switches to a two-handed whip, two-handed Rumi, but I think that is definitely a worse matchup for him, because whips are very weak to roll-ins from weapons with fast rolling attacks. Ooh, unfortunately Landersey gets a whipped backstab, but he manages to go unpunished. Goes for a jump attack, whiffs it, does not get punished. Ooh, a phalanx. Unfortunately all of it misses.
Nice dog.
And Flare manages to land the second half hit of the charge level 2. Landersey is poisoning. It's either that Arumi was poisoning. He boluses but does get punished with a beast. Meanwhile, Flare tries to go for a flask beat and also.
Oh,
and unfortunately, Flare shows Smash there.
Very good fight. Very good fight.
Played well. played well. But I have to give props to Landersey. He also played very well.
Did I mix
I
up
think he did good versus
their
those
name? I see Flare died, right?
Yeah, Flare died.
But the name didn't show properly. Ah, that's so weird.
Anyways, the round has begun. Both of the players physic up, and we can see, the glintstone scraps come out. Now this isn't the large glintstone scrap, I believe the large one is banned. But Landersey manages to get a very nice bit of pressure from that, and manages to land an R1 and a running R2. He eats a little bit of chip damage from player, who is, it's hard to see from here, but I think that's a champ, so I don't think I can see that. The spinning slash does quite a lot of damage. I believe that puts them at about equal HP.
Wow.
Very unfortunate. Player continues to mash out of stun like a rabid ape, which is something I also tend to do a lot. Player switches to PSGS. Can the coin flipping counter the mash out? Fortunately, it doesn't work quite as well as player envisioned. He is now a two-handed land. He manages to land a running R1, but he is continuing to mash out of stun, and unfortunately, it doesn't work out for him.
Good fight, good fight.
I have to say that player is definitely panicking here a little bit from my perspective. He's mashing quite a bit, even on setups that definitely wouldn't keep prio.
Let's go, round 3. Good luck.
So again, some scraps come out in an attempt to punish the physic. Lands for 9 damage, which isn't a lot, but if Flare had a shield in his trip there, he's definitely gonna mitigate that. We see Shamshir versus two-handed thrusting sword, a very, I would say, classic at this point matchup because these are two very strong weapons. Fortunately, Landersey panic rolls in and gets punished with a spinning slash. Players going for these neutral skip JR2s, but you gotta be careful with those because that attack has more recovery than the other attack that you would see used frequently on Shamshir. So if Landersey played the ball, he could definitely get some punishment. Now we see Landersey again doing a very good job of pressuring players into the corner.
Wow.
And it does appear as though Flare here doesn't have enough poise to tank the two-handed thrusting sword backswing. He tries to do a parry, and very, very fortunately it doesn't work, because parry coin flip should be the lead from the game, but that's the case. A Flare here goes for an Aruni real quick. Another jumping R2 gets punished with the rolling attack of the two-handed thrusting sword, a very fast attack. And he tries to go for an Arumi here, but instantly switches back to Shamshir. I definitely don't think Arumi is the play here, but Flare is a very interesting player. He's got a lot of interesting setups to the table. But I'd love to see how he manages to. But unfortunately, he just gets spammed. The two-handed thrusting sword or one spam finishes him off. Very unfortunate.
Good fight, exciting match.
Now, Kiba's definitely has a lot of options compared to other setups, but I don't think it's quite as good at any one of those options as other setups. For example, it has a very similar neutral game to Shamshir, but it doesn't keep priority on R1, unlike Shamshir versus a lot of meta weapons. And in terms of the crouch attacks, it also has some very powerful crouch attacks, but the CL1 isn't unreactable. And the CR1, while unreactable, doesn't do a lot of damage. Atlas will definitely have to fight an uphill battle here, in my opinion, versus the Fists. Atlas has a few tricks up his sleeve, so I'm definitely curious how this will play out.
Good luck.
And the match begins. Both of our players physic up, no punishes, very nice, very clean. And we just see our players just jumping around, just trying to get in there. A few attacks come out from each party, but so far everything has been missed for space. Now, the running R1 lands a few times here, and Atlas is quickly put at an HP disadvantage. Now, another thing that I don't think Atlas quite has is the poise. Now, I can't see his talismans. Maybe he is using Boulder Talisman. But you really want to use 98 poise against Fist to be able to tank as many of those unreactable half hits as possible. See Atlas go for two-handed keyboard for a minute, go back to power stancing. He's doing a decently good job at avoiding the running around here, but he just struggles to get any damage in. Ooh, very nice. Manages to land the running R2. And his opponent tries to match out a stun, but the running R2 actually does keep Cryo into the R1. So Atlas manages to get a little bit of damage there. I think our players are not anymore, but they were close enough here. Oh, unfortunately the sword dance misses. However, it is not punished. The Fist also misses all of its attacks. This tries to go for a tier 1 here. Does it again. Manages to land it, but he gets his tier pot here. Very hard fight, I would say, for TSP this here. Oh, manages to land an unsheath heavy, somewhat equalizing their HP bars here. Now, if you play Atlas, you know that he loves to skip your tier. Manages to land the second half hit of the sword dance,
GG.
and then finishes him off. Very nice.
Very nice. Oh, I mixed it up again. Ah.
I think gavril definitely played that match very well. I would say he had the advantage throughout most of the fight. But
Yeah.
Atlas does a very good job at hanging in there. Like, if you ever played him, that's something he definitely excels at, is just staying alive and just looking for these opportunities to punish you for high damage with something like a jump L1 or a CL1 or an unsheath. And here we definitely saw that. Atlas managed to catch gavril's spacing, like ego spacing, you know, and just land that unsheath heavy and quickly manages to get back in there and regain the advantage.
No one. I give up to change the player's name. Let me just give them question marks. Okay, let's go. Round 2.
And begin. Atlas instantly starts taking a lot of space, just walks out of his corner. Gavril still is in the corner, but Atlas is... Oh, he manages to land the running R2 into the R1, or I believe that was the crouch R1. Very nice. Lands a half hit of the running L1, and unfortunately walks into the Fist match. Atlas did eat a little bit of chip damage here, but he has a very big HP advantage. Again, eats a little bit of chip damage, but gavril just gets... He gets a little bit too greedy here. He tries to stay too close to Atlas, and he gets punished multiple times with those high damage CL1s. Again, Atlas is just doing a very good job at just catching his spacing here. Oh, unfortunately, he tries to go for a sword dance, but is broken out of it. He still has his tier. Gavril already doesn't. Now, Gavril has walked himself into a corner. Let's see if Atlas manages to punish that. Manages to get a 1R1 in. Is playing very carefully here. That's good. Oh, a bolus, and unfortunately Atlas does not make it in time for the punish. We see a little bit of free-aimed running R1s from Gavril. It's wall caught by Atlas's running R2, and again tries to mash out of it, which does not work because running R2 does keep prio into that crouch cancelled CR1. And Atlas is just trying to get gavril with those backs. And oh, very unfortunate once
GG.
again. Tries to mash out of stun.
1-1.
Nagakiba does not keep prio on that backswing against Fist, but it does trade. So definitely not a very good move when you're that low in terms of HP. Oh. Atlas is doing a very good job here, I think, especially given the matchup. But I don't think Gavril is out yet. He still has 1 life, and he definitely could turn this around. From what I've seen, he's a good player. Let's see how he adapts in the next round. again, physics are out. And again, we've seen just neutral, just both players trying to get in. Atlas does a good job at rolling that running attack and punishing it with that rolling attack. Fortunately, eats an R2, followed up by running R1 half hit. And we just see a lot of misses here, but Atlas manages to land his sword dance and unfortunately tries to mash L1 out of sword dance. Manages to land the sword dance backswing. Ooh, on the follow-up he tries to go for a sword dance again, but gets knocked out of it. We see Atlas going for a lot of these neutral skip jump attacks to apply some pressure to those fists, and I think it's working well for him. He's managing to put Gavril into unfavorable positions close to walls and corners where he's able to get some punishes with the R1s. We see Atlas make a switch to fists. Now I am curious what prompted the decision here. He eats some chip damage and then eats an R2, and now he is at a big HP disadvantage. But he manages to round it out, and we see some more fist mash here, which also gets punished. I'm starting to see that perhaps Gavril is unfamiliar with the Cuba matchup here. It's definitely not the most popular meta weapon, so I can definitely see that happening. And we see Atlas just applying some safe pressure with those jump attacks, and he manages to almost kill Gavril here. Gavril is on his just last bit of HP, but Atlas is also very, very low. Definitely has to watch out for that R2, which could finish him off. Atlas just applying that safe pressure and manages to catch him with that unreactable CR1. Very well played by both players here. Atlas definitely doing a very good job. Now Bean, I'm not gonna lie, has been kind of washed in the past month, but he is definitely doing a good job at performing at least well. Braun, also a very good player. These are two players that I believe will be competing in the FOC Major later today. This is a very interesting match for sure to see in this tournament. We see Braun just standing there wiggling around, facing all of Bean's attempts to land a standing L1. A PSSS versus Fist is definitely a hard matchup for Fist, but a lot of people would argue, I think a lot of good players would argue that Fist definitely can win this matchup, and maybe that it's even winning matchup for Fist. It just requires a lot of skill, but if the Fist player is skilled and knows how to approach it, the PSSS player will just struggle to land anything. I think that's what we're seeing here. Just Braun managing to find these safe opportunities to land a little bit of chip damage and dodging all of the reactable L1s and jump L1s. We see a stray R2 land, and Bean is really just struggling to get any damage in here. He's going for chip damage attempts with those daggers, but it's not working out for him. Now, again, this is definitely not an easy maneuver for Power Stance Tracer if the Fist player knows what he is doing, because yeah, Power Stance Tracer is just a fully reactable setup, and the only real chance it has of winning is with good reads and keep out. But if the Fist player is playing carefully enough, it's going to be very hard to land any sort of damage. Now, Bean is very low here. He doesn't have a tier anymore. Well, Braun is, I'm not sure if he's at full HP, but he's at least damn near full HP at this point.
Still has the tier.
Ooh, unfortunately, eats a few L1s here, but he still has a massive HP advantage. And Bean cannot go for a red feather scam here either. So Bean has to play very carefully, and it's going to be very difficult with those unreactable battles. If he manages to land L1, he does win the trade, but with such a big HP discrepancy, I'm not sure that trade was in his favor. And unfortunately, his spacing was not quite good enough, and Braun manages to round out the win with an unreactable half hit. I would say that Braun dominated that last match, but that isn't to say that Bean cannot win this. Bean is a very, very good player, and a very unpredictable player. So he just needs to adapt, and I think he might come out on top in this. He switches to a Shamshir. Now Shamshir is also something that Fizz can beat, but I do think it also has a decently good matchup into Fizz. Let's see if Bean will be able to play it well enough to beat Bron. Now both players are in the arena. 3, 2, 1, and start. We see both players physic up here, and let's see how Bean will approach this now. He goes for a running R1, he whiffs, tries to do some keep out. Now, Bron is using Flame of the Redmanes. That's a very good active lure on Fizz. Not as good as something like Flaming Strike or Barbaric Roar, but the reason why it's so good in Fizz is because it forces a roll in, and rolling into Fizz is very dangerous. Now, we see Bean manage to land a few hits, but he did come out losing out of that interaction. Manages to land a running R1, and their HP is quite even right now. Bean is just playing a little bit safe, trying to do some keep out here. Ooh, but the running R2 does a colossal amount of damage. Bean manages to get a little bit of backswing damage here, but it's only 238 damage. Doesn't quite round out the HP here. Now, Bron continuing to pressure with those unreactable path hits. Ooh, Bron trades there, but it's not a big loss because the Fist half hit actually does about 200 damage, a bit more than that, but he doesn't use those trades that bad. He eats a spinning slash, but he still has an HP advantage. He was very close to 90, and ooh, very unfortunate. And Bron manages to finish Bean off.
Wow.
And another concrete victory for Bron here. He still had his steer. Oh, Bron is just doing a very, very good job here. Now, some people say that Fists are overtuned on ladder right now compared to other setups. And I could agree with that, but you have to keep in mind that part of that overtuning is that Fist can use Poison Grease, and we've seen that Bron is not using Poison Grease here. Let's see what Bean does now. He switches back to PSSS. It could be a good choice. I believe Bean is on Dexterity, so Dex Sham might not be the best option if the matchup seems a little bit unfamiliar or just hard to play into.
Let's see if Bean can bring it back. Good luck!
Yeah.
I definitely hope Bean can win at least a round, because again, these are two very good players, and the more we see of them play, the better, in my opinion. Again, we see just both players being very careful. This is a matchup where basically one mistake can cost you quite a lot of HP. See both players eating some damage. Bron tries to go for Flame of the Redmanes, but Bean was far enough to roll backwards and get out of it. Now, Bean is doing a very good job right now. He has the HP advantage. But again, you have to be very careful. 1 or 2 on those fists, and everything could change. Bean trying to pressure Bron here with those jump attacks, manages to land a hat. Unfortunately misses the attack, but doesn't get punished really. Again, back to some neutral gameplay. A little bit of crouch blending. The crouch attack isn't a very good option versus Fist here because it puts the PSSS player into a mix-up because it does not keep priority. Ooh, we see Bron continuing to just chip Bean's HP bar down. But he does lose that fight, and he gets punished for that Flame of the Redmane. Now, Flame of the Redmanes can be jumped over. Depending on your lap, you might have to do it on prediction, but on their lap, it is definitely possible to jump it on reaction.
That jump attack is so cool!
And Bron is on the back foot here. For the first time, we see Bean on the advantage here. Now, Bean struggles to pressure Braun into any interactions here just because he is a power stance straight sword player, and it's really hard to really force interactions with those. Bean eats a little bit of chip damage here, and this is definitely hard for him because as the PSSS player with the HP advantage, he has to find ways to pressure.
Wow!
He manages to land a jump
GG!
attack and finish Braun off with an unreactable crouch.
Very good fight!
Very good fight indeed, and I want to congratulate Bean on finding that approach that works for him, and managing to beat Braun, who is also a very good player. Funnily enough, we had a conversation yesterday in the Den server about whether PSSS is a winning matchup into Fist or not, and Braun himself said that he thinks that PSSS can't beat anything on this patch. Well, let's see if Bean manages to pull a reverse sweep here. Bean is on his last life. If Braun wins this match, he will lose the bout, but Bean has shown that he can beat him. And we see Braun do a full goat swap, but I am not sure why. I do know that Bull Goat set has a very good lightning negation stat, however I believe that aside from the chest piece, the Omen set has better lightning negations all around. Oh, very nice. Bean manages to catch Braun when he was attempting to space the L1. And deal quite a lot of damage. We see them mash into each other a little bit, and we're back to just neutral gameplay, and Bean really just trying to pressure Braun with those jump attacks. We see a little bit of handy tech on Bean's end, but in Bean's defense, he is not using a second straight sword, so it's not quite as overpowered as just using 2 straight swords for handy tech. See some chip damage with the daggers, it only does 38 damage. Braun manages to land a full standing R1. Braun rolling into Bean a little bit. But we see Bean managed to land an unreactable crouch attack there, and Braun's tier is gone. Bean continuing to pressure with those daggers, misses the jump attack but does not get punished, manages to land a little bit of damage himself. Let's see if Braun will be able to pull it out. He's been doing a very good job at holding those unreactable half hits, taking no damage whatsoever in that interaction. A trade comes out, but Bean does manage to win that, I believe. Now, Bean's tier is gone, but Braun is almost dead here. As long as Bean plays it very carefully, he will definitely be able to finish Braun off here, in my opinion. He tries to with punish at running R1, but Braun does not panic roll. He waits for the L1 and then just reaction roll, and all good. Braun continuing to try to land some chip damage. Bean is doing a very good job at spacing those unreactable half hits. We just see both players really trying to find a way to get in there. Braun has to be careful to avoid any trades, while Bean has to be careful to avoid those unreactable chip half hits. Oh, we see him go for a running R2, but manages to avoid getting it punished. We see some CR1 attempts, just to get a little bit of damage from somewhere. Both players really not landing anything right now, trying to not risk it. Ooh, unfortunately Bean goes for an L1 chain, and instantly his HP bar just melts. I believe he may have been out of stamina there. And Bean is on the back foot here. I think he might have a little bit more HP than Braun right now, but and he manages to land an L1. Very nice. See some more lightning plots, just attempting to finish Braun off, but Braun is avoiding them very, very well. And we see Bean make a swap to the Starfist himself just to finish Braun off. See who comes out on top of this Starfist mirror. Oh, and unfortunately, the running attack gets strafed and punished.
GG's! Very good fight!
Congratulations
Good job,
to Braun with the win. Very well played by
job.
both players. Truly, not this sucking up stuff just to make people feel good. Actually, well played. Very close last round. I feel like Bean definitely could have been the winner here. But Bron, again, also a good player, manages to pull it out, and very well played.
First match.
Yes, we're ready.
Good luck.
Okay, so we see some scraps come out, and Noot coming out with that poison mist. As I said, judging from what I see in his setup, he definitely came prepared for this high latency match. On the other hand, our friend here in China is using Granite Thrust, which is just a strong weapon all in all, but will he be prepared for this high latency? Oh, he beats the standing R1. See Noot switching between two-handing and one-handing that raise stars. See some trading now. Noot is losing. Oh, and unfortunately the round loss goes to our friend here. Unfortunately, Landersey has used the seamless item mid-match.
So 1 point go to Landersey?
No, 1 goes to Noot. Landersey has used the seamless item. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is.
That's so fast. I didn't see clearly.
It sometimes happens. The next match just instantly going. Let's see if we'll be able to avoid such issues this time. Very unfortunate, but I don't think we have time for round resets at the moment. We see a perfect block actually come out, but Noot does manage to punish. Interesting for really a great hammer. Very nice. We see some attempts to just force some interactions with some hyper armor trades. Does not work out quite well for Noot. I think Noot definitely needs to put a little bit more pressure on this right here. Very nice, manages to land a few hits. And that poison, manages to land a running attack and a bleed proc that also procs the poison. The time here manages to bolus, and the bolus goes unpunished. Noot is just spamming that dagger here, just building up that bleed. Now, bleed daggers are definitely very powerful because it's unreactable. So as long as you count the bleed buildup, you can land some massive damage. Goes for a roll catch and manages to get it, alternating between that dagger and that main hand great stars. We see Noot dominating this fight and manages to round it off with a bleed proc from the offhand Wakizashi. Very well played by Noot here. As I said, just the moment I saw that great stars with an offhand Wakizashi, I knew this man has come prepared for that 300 MS latency.
Round 3, let's go.
Next round begins now. Noot is winning 2-0 due to that unfortunate incident with the seamless item. We see some Glintstone scraps come out, just a little bunch. Oh, and we see Poison Mist out on both sides now. However, unfortunately, Landersey walks right into Noot's Poison Mist and gets proc. See Noot attempting to get some roll catches, manages to get some chip damage with that dagger. Both attacks miss each other, and we see that it's some good old hyper armor mash. Nothing better than that. Noot is at a big advantage. He has barely taken any damage so far, and he managed to proc poison on his attack. But it seems that he got a little bit relaxed and lets up a little bit too much pressure. Now, Noot has eaten a lot of these pulls from the running R2 and from the standing R1, and he has a HP disadvantage now. He reapplies his poison mist buff. Landersey just alleviates some bleed buildup. Running R1 just rolled. Oh, but this time he manages to land a roll catch. Very nice. Ooh, but Noot continues to eat those running R2s and just R1 spam. He eats a running R1 and another running R2. Noot is already in blue feather here, while his opponent still has his tier. Will Noot be able to make a comeback? He procs that poison. Now Noot just has to play carefully here. Oh! He goes for a Moog Ash of War. Definitely an interesting choice. Ooh! Interesting. Let's see if Noot manages to use that move to turn the game around. He already procced his opponent's spear. Now, if he manages to land that Ash of War, it might be over for his opponent. He managed to go for some jump attacks. Oh, crap. I ate a little bit of damage there myself, unfortunately. We see another poison mist attempt. Landersey is poisoned once again.
Oh, so close, so
His move
close.
is very, very low. Landersey still has about half of his HP bar, a little bit less, I'd say, for... And he's just trying to finish it off. And another stray running our 2 lanes, finishing Noot off.
Landersey.
Landersey definitely played that very well. He applied pressure very well, and generally did a good job at avoiding that status pressure. I think Noot needs to be more careful and watch out for those running R2s more. He's been eating a lot of those running R2s in this match. And we see Landersey make a swap for Shanter. Definitely an interesting choice. I think it could work on this lap, but oh no, he goes back to two-handed thrusting sword, so it's fine. 2, 1, go! And oh, Noot unfortunately wasn't starting immediately, that's fine. See both of our players applied poison mist, and we see Landersey again with the Glintstone traps, trying to get a little bit of good damage in. Both players in damage, but Noot did win the trade. It's about equal right now thanks to some of the good damage Landersey managed to land. Again, Noot just eating that and running or doing and attempting to mash out of stun. And unfortunately, he's put in the HP disadvantage, but he manages to bolus punish Landersey here. Still very close right now. You see some phantom hits going in, just a matter of time before someone here manages to proc and poison. Both opponents bolus, but Landersey, I believe, ate a bleed bolus, not a poison bolus. So his poison bar is still high. See the running R2 attempt get punished this time. Now I'm not sure why Landersey here is switching from poison mist to lightning rings. Maybe he decided it would be too hard to proc that poison, but I think it would have been better to do this.
Wow!
You see him manage to avoid the bleed proc, but he does eat that dagger backswing. But he does retaliate a little bit of damage of his own. Oh, and we see Noot manage to punish the running R2. Both players have lost their fear, and Noot has eaten a little bit more damage. But Landersey is poisoned. If Noot plays this very carefully and doesn't go too far or too close, he can use that poison pressure to round this HP differential out. Landersey goes for a bolus, but it was a bleed ball. So that poison pressure is still there, and Noot just continuing to eat those running R2s. I believe that latency may play a part of why he is taking so many running
So close, so close!
It would be better to just start rolling.
Wow!
Oh, manages to land that running R1. Now both players are low, and the poison has stopped. You see both players make a swap.
Wow!
Unfortunately, Noot loses that.
That was fun.
Good fight!
I believe the score is 2-2 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool ending.
That was very interesting. Noot attempted to go with the venomous Fang Claws, perhaps to get a quick poison proc, but unfortunately he ended up just trading with the Starfist and losing the trade. But it was a close fight, and I think any player here could win. Landersey definitely admirable in keeping his composure after that unfortunate first loss due to seamless item usage. He's managed to come back from that and round it back to a 2-2.
Alright! Good luck!
And next match begins. We see an instant physic punish from the side of our friend here, Noot. And he then manages to punish the Glintstone Scrap. Didn't do too much damage, but altogether it added up to about 300 or 350 damage. Definitely not an inconsiderable amount. Manages to land on a 1. Or rather, I believe it was running a 1. The bleed proc gets rolled, but Landersey is already poisoned and already at an HP disadvantage. We see some more chip damage with that dagger, and we see Landersey backing off, trying to avoid that bleed. He goes for a bolus and alleviates the poison. Let's see if Landersey will be able to avoid the bleed proc. Now, I believe that Noot may be losing this fight right now because he no longer has a tier. But if he manages to land the bleed proc, he could tier skip his opponent and completely turn this around. I see poison being reapplied. Landersey just doing his best to avoid those phantom hits. A CR1 attempt that does not land or even get a phantom hit on that. You see Noot just being very careful here, trying not to waste that bleed proc.
Wow.
But he keeps eating the running attacks and the standing R1 spec. Come on, Noot. He tries to punish, then doesn't get the punish, but manages to punish a punish attempt. And misses the punish on the full cross count once again, but does manage to land a running R1 after that. Again. See the fist trying to finish him off, but it does work. Both players are fairly low here, but Noot is at a disadvantage.
Oh!
And just as I said, that unreactable dagger bleed proc manages to turn things around for Noot. GG's to both players. Very well played by Landersey. Landersey, I do believe you would have a very solid shot at winning this. Unfortunately, for you do not go forth with the dragon, but very well played, and we will see Noot in his next fight.
Okay, let's go.
Now we see this next round beginning. Atlas versus Braun. Who shall come out? Now I would go to say that Braun is the better player in general, but Atlas has been getting better at the game, and he is also a very good player. I think if Atlas plays this right, he has a very solid shot at winning. He manages to get some chip damage already with the unreactable and lands a half hit on that sword dance. Who unfortunately eats the jumping R1. Oh, but Braun misspaces and pivots, eating a standing R1. You see, very beautiful spacing out of his side, but he still isn't really taking advantage. CL1 doesn't quite land. I couldn't see if it was just a half hit or it completely misses. But Atlas has lost his steer in that interaction. You see him just applying very solid pressure with those jump and crouch attacks, but Braun manages to get out safely, solidifying his HP advantage. Braun is just chipping Atlas down with that unreactable half hit. Atlas is very low, and very unfortunately he whiffs that sword dance, and Braun manages to punish it. There was a very fast match, I would say. I think Atlas could benefit from playing a little bit more carefully here, and just giving Braun less opportunities to really wail in on him, because that's where fists shine. Whenever you whiff and they manage to punish it, after that they get a very good opportunity to mix up between the standing R1 or the running R1 or even the R2 and the jump attack. So the less you whiff, the better, because one whiff can cost you a lot of HP.
Round 2.
The second round starts now. Both players move out of their corners very quickly. We see Atlas forcing Braun back a bit, but Braun is trying to roll it unreactable attack and eats some chip damage, but only a small amount, thanks to that You see Braun land a few attacks on Atlas, and Atlas does eat about 300, 400 damage maybe. Atlas tries to punish that turns the level into the jump attack, but it doesn't go through, and instantly eats a ton of damage. And Braun just continues to shred down Atlas's HP bonus with running attacks. Atlas sees the jump attack and gets finished off with another running attack. Another very quick round for Braun. Now, so far, Bron has been absolutely dominating, and again, it just goes to show that there's even among good players, there's always much better players, and Atlas is just not up to that yet. But I think Atlas can do much better if he changes up his strategy. Despite Bron being the better player, if Atlas just plays a bit more passively, I think he will be able to do better.
Good luck, buddies. Round 3.
And
Let's go.
round start.
Oh, I'm
See
sorry.
Atlas go for a running attack.
Yeah, it should be 2 points goes to Bron. I'm so sorry. I made
Okay.
mistake on him.
You see Bron landed jumping on one. Atlas manages to land a crouch attack, but Bron has a big HP lead at the moment. Atlas does a good job avoiding that running attack twice already, but unfortunately the third one lands fully for about 500 damage. Atlas goes for a sword dance, but unfortunately it misses. He tries to switch to two-handing. He gets some priority with that running R2. Some nice strafes coming out from Atlas's side. Atlas manages to avoid that running attack and lands a running attack of his own that eats again some chip damage. And just to be clear, when I say chip damage, I mean about 241 damage, so Bron avoids that sword dance, avoids the R1 and manages to punish it a little bit. And Bron is just playing very well here. He's avoiding everything Atlas tries to throw out aside from the unreactable crouch attacks. And he's just finding good opportunities to wail in on him and punish him. Now we see Atlas land a CL1 into CR1 and another CL1. It was a good combo,
Wow.
but unfortunately Atlas gets finished off with a jump attack by Bron. And Bron, I believe, goes on to fight in the finals, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
final.
he straight up.
And
Sorry,
that begins.
I pressed
Twice.
so tight.
That's okay, that's okay. We see Noot buff up his spears with Sacred Blade, meaning he's using Sacred Spears. Bron is sticking to his Strength Star Fists. Let's see who takes the cake. You see Noot really just attempting to land those running L1s, but Bron is doing a very good job just rolling them. You see roll in and then a rolling attack attempt, but it gets avoided. It eats just a little bit of chip damage and all of that interaction, but all in all, it's not looking too bad for Noot. Noot is just doing a very good job right now, avoiding the reactable hits. He's rolling everything that he can react to. Oh, a nice delay roll catch. Very nice on Noot. Just having the balls to wait right in front of Fist when they can push it for a lot of damage. Do a roll catch, very good. And surprisingly, Bron is in a bit of an HP disadvantage this time. Noot is definitely doing a good job. Very nice predictions on Noot's end. Running a one attempt. Oh, manages to strafe the rolling attack. Very, very nice place for Noot. Lands standing a one and a half hit punish on the jump attack. He tries to go for that jump attack, doesn't land, but I believe he won that trade just now. And Noot has the HP advantage here. Ooh, whiffed backstab. Noot tries to go for a delay, Bron doesn't fall for it. Manages to reapply Sacred Blade without really getting punished. Gets chipped down a little bit, but he does heal with a squad mage. Ooh, eats a full running around. Both tiers are procced. And Bron just managed to deal a ton of damage with his standing R2s. Noot is on Blue Feather on his last legs. To chip damage, Noot just has to play very careful here.
Go for it, buddy.
Continues to be on the offensive despite the HP disadvantage. And manages to heal up a little bit with that swaddling. Oh, he manages to get a trade, winning it thanks to that blue feather. Bron is also on blue feather now, however. It will be harder to win these trades considerably now. Noot manages to strafe that running attack, and he continues to just try to pressure Bron with his own running attacks. Ooh, and one half hit will finish him off here, but Noot is just making a great job here, just predicting those molecular half hits and rolling them. And ooh, very unfortunately, he wasn't trading. And
Good fight, good fight.
in all honesty, very good fight, considering
Yes.
how good of a player Bron is. And I would even go as far as to say that PSS has a new disadvantage. I think Noot did a terrific job here, and I'm really looking forward to the next round. I really think Noot can do better.
Agree. Go for it.
We have to keep in mind that obviously Bron might also not be playing at his best, and if Noot starts playing better, Bron will also start playing better. You know, there's always these player matchups to consider, but I think Noot was doing very good, very good.
True. Good fight.
Now we see Bron make the switch to the Tree Sentinel armor because it has very good holy negations. It's not the best holy negations in the game, but the spears also do a little bit of physical damage, so it's better to probably go for the Tree Sentinel armor over the best holy negation armor. You see Noot remove Bron's shield ring with a dagger and land a half hit. Both of our players swap down from the HP buff Talismans to resume the shield rings, and Bron just wails in for 668 damage on Noot, putting Noot on the back leg here. Bron continuing to just pressure Noot with running and jump attacks. 500 jump attack damage, and then an R2 for something like 500, that was 1076 damage right there. But Noot continues to attempt to pressure Bron. Noot has already lost his tier while Bron is almost at full HP, but Noot is not giving up. The trade, Noot does win that trade. Bron just trying to bait out whips with the jumps, the empty jumps, and he just runs Noot down. Noot is really on the back leg here. We see how Bron has really adapted from the last match. And this is what makes Bron such a good player. Any obstacle, the ability to adapt on the fly.
Wow, very good
Takes
fight.
win again. Good fight. I think we're starting to see that Bron is really starting to kick into higher gear and adapting to Noot, and Noot needs to show some adaptability as well.
Round 3. Good luck.
One, go! Okay, we see an attempt to punish the physics, but I don't think it works. Noot manages to land an 01 for 208 damage. Ooh, and he catches Bron in the menus, managing to land another running 01. Both players with the running attacks. Unfortunately, Noot's spears are not buffed with Sacred Blade at the moment, but he manages to steal some priority from Bron, putting Bron at a, I would say, fairly considerable HP disadvantage. Bron is just playing safe right now, rolling the attacks, looking for those opportunities to chip Noot down. We see Noot manage to win a half hit and get a swell on top of it, but ooh, unfortunately Bron manages to really whale in on him there. I mean, a lot of damage. We see an interrupt with the rolling attack. Bron's starting to mix in some crouch attacks of his own. Both players just in neutral right now. Bron looking for opportunities for those empty hops. Noot goes for a parry scam attempt and gets punished, rightfully so. Get out of here with the parry scam. Nothing personal, I'm just joking of course, but yeah, hate parry scams. Bron takes the win once again. And Noot. pull this one out and do a reverse sweep. By now, in the next episode of YYZ.
Yeah, Bron is not playing around. He's very aggressive, very proactive. So Noot have also get some attitude too.
And we're talking about the ELO grinder Bron himself here. He has not allowed himself to lose even one match in ladder versus what he considers to be worse players. So it's definitely going to be hard to take a round versus him.
Alright, round 4. Let's go.
The round begins. We see both players physic up. We see Noot with a switch to a Shamshire and some better fist negation on the BronDaGoat chess piece, which has the best strike approaches. Bron has already managed to land quite a lot of damage on Noot. Almost half of his HP bar already is done. And Noot unfortunately eats an R2. Noot attempted to do anything at JR2, but Bron just faces it and punishes. Noot's tier is already gone. Noot really needs to play a little bit more carefully to trade. He wins the trade, but he is already at such a big HP disadvantage that it does not really matter. Bron continuing to just pressure those running attacks and jump attacks. Lands a half hit on that jumping attack. A running R2, I believe, landed. It manages to land some keep out there, but one hit could kill Noot here. It really has to be very careful.
Wow.
And unfortunately,
GG.
Bron manages to finish it off. Good for Bron, unfortunately for Noot, obviously. We saw some interesting volcano plots as well there, just to attempt to land some chip damage and pressure Noot into that corner even harder. Yeah, so the next round, very well may be the last round of the tournament.
Let's hope Noot give some fight.
Let's see if Noot can bring it back.
I have faith in Noot. He has done very well in this tournament, overcome latency, overcome other players, and let's see if he can just adapt to Bron. You see Bron once again switching up his armor just to get a little bit of the better negations. Physic punish does not manage to land, and we see Deep here. Unfortunately, unable to buff his Shamshire due to the physic punish attempt he tried to do. See Bron already just swirling in on Noot and landing a lot of damage. And I'm getting a call. Bron eats a little bit of damage here, but it's another running R1. Well, Noot might slowly be able to catch up. If he plays carefully. But Noot's spear is already gone, and he is at about a quarter of his full HP. It will be very difficult to make a comeback at this point. Manages to land some keep out here and there, and he's doing a good job avoiding the unreactable HP chip, but manages to land a backswing. Bron is slowly getting down, just because he's trying to play very aggressively and finish it off here. Noot is very low. Bron goes for an R2 attempt that misses, lifts the jumping attack, but does not get punished. Unfortunately, Noot tries to go for an R2, and that's also his demise.
Good fight! Good fight!
Good fight. I think Noot did a good job. He truly tried his best and played well. I'd like to congratulate Bron on the win. Truly deserved victory. Get to face
Congratulations!
Really the other best contender for the win. So I would like to congratulate Bron on this win and wish him best of luck in the upcoming Festival of Combat Major.
Yeah.
But thank you everyone for watching. Hope I didn't bore you too much.
Thank you, Ace, for helping us to commentate the tournament. Really appreciate for your help. Thank you so much, buddy.